Number 74. Hemoglobin is a protein that transports oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. Lab results indicate a patient had a hemoglobin concentration in the blood of 15.5 grams per deciliter, which is in the normal range. Convert the number of grams to milligrams and write the answer in scientific notation. Convert the number of grams to micrograms and write the answer in scientific notation. So, by the way, a little bit about hemoglobin. It's a protein, which is kind of interesting. We'll talk more about proteins later, but I'll show you a picture of hemoglobin. So here it is on the right hand side of it's basically a very large molecule, and what it does is it allows the much smaller oxygen molecules to attach to it. And then hemoglobin, this very large molecule, which makes up most of your red blood cells, gets transported through the blood vessels all throughout your body. And in doing that, it carries oxygen all throughout your body. And also, it allows carbon dioxide to attach to it. And then the carbon dioxide is carried from all throughout your body back to your lungs. So this protein has a twofold function. It distributes oxygen to the body and it gets rid of the CO2. So anyway, it's a very large molecule. You see thousands of atoms here, all attached together. Sometimes you'll see proteins look like this. To follow, this is a cartoon representation, and this allows you to follow the chain of atoms. You don't see the little atoms drawn here, but you can follow the chain. It's a long chain of atoms all attached together. So anyway, that's a little bit about proteins. So it transports oxygen. The concentration in the blood is 15 grams per deciliter. Let's take a look at what this is telling us. So in the blood, 15 grams per deciliter, 15.5 grams of hemoglobin per deciliter. So a deciliter is 1/10 of a liter, by the way. So the normal human has about five liters of blood, or 5 quarts. A quart is roughly the same as a liter. So you got 5 liters of blood. Now, in 1 deciliter, one deciliter, this is the same thing as 0.1 liters. So in 1 deciliter, you got 15.5 grams of hemoglobin. So lots of little things I'm writing here. 1 deciliter means 15.5 grams of hemoglobin. Okay, hemoglobin. So suppose we're interested in 1 deciliter. Suppose we got 15.5 grams of hemoglobin that we're looking at. So here's your liter. Okay, so this is 1 liter of blood. Okay, I'll even color it. Blood, and then 1/10 of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1/10 of that, you're talking about the blood way down here at the bottom. 1/10 of that, that's what a deciliter is. 1 deciliter is right there. And inside that deciliter contains 15.5 grams of hemoglobin. Okay. So now this question is simply asking us, convert that 15.5 grams, convert the number of grams to milligrams, and write the answer in scientific notation. So this is the mass that we're focusing on, 15.5 grams. Let's convert this to milligrams. So we know that 1 milligram is the same thing as 1,000th of a gram, 0.001 grams, or we could also equivalently say that 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. So either one of these two relations is fine to do the conversion. So pick the one that you like best. I kind of like this one. And so take your 15.5 grams and use that relation to build the conversion factor. So get rid of grams, 1 gram, 1,000 milligrams. You can see the gram units canceling. You're left with milligrams. So the calculation's easy. 15.5 times 1,000. So you just move that decimal to the right 3 places. So you got 15, 1, 2, 3. Okay, milligrams. Now the problem says convert this to make it in scientific notation. Okay, so now that we know that the number of milligrams, let's make it in scientific notation. The decimal point is there. Let's move it back between the 1 and the 5. So move it back 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. So you get 1.55, and then since you moved it 4 positions, you get 10 to the 4th milligrams. And there you go. That's part A. Part B. That's part A. I'll label A out there. So part B is, what's B asking? Convert the number of grams to micrograms and write the answer in scientific notation. Now micrograms is another unit that's, you should know what the prefixes are. So where are the prefixes? I'll show you that table. Everybody should probably knows milli from experience, but maybe you haven't memorized micro. So here's the table, 1.2, the table of common prefixes. So you go down, milli. Okay, milli means it's 1,000th. So a milligram is 1,000th of a gram, or 0.001 grams. Or if you want to use power of 10, it's 10 to the negative third grams. And then micro has the prefix mu. Forget about that little c. It's mu. It's a millionth. So a microgram is a millionth of a gram. It's 0.000001 grams, or 10 to the negative 6 grams. So okay, using that, write down the relation. One microgram is 0.000001 grams. We could also say that 1 microgram is 10 to the negative 6 grams. There's a couple of other ways you can write it. If a microgram is a millionth of a gram, then that means it takes a million micrograms to equal 1 gram. And you could also write a million as 10 to the positive 6. It takes a million micrograms to equal 1 gram. Any 4 of these relations will work to convert the 15.5 grams to micrograms. So pick whatever one you like. Let's just pick this one right here. This one is given in the table 1.2. So let's just choose that one right there. Let's give it a little bit of space. So we got 15.5 grams of hemoglobin, and then using the relation, get rid of grams, so 10 to the minus 6 grams, and 1 microgram. Okay, the gram units cancel. and you're left with microgram. Microgram. Now, when you divide by a power of 10, you subtract the exponent. Okay, so 15.5 divided by 10 to the minus 6, you're subtracting minus 6. That's going to be a positive 6. So the answer is actually 15.5 times 10 to the 6 micrograms. Okay, and if you punch this into the calculator, maybe we should do that too. If you just have your calculator and 15.5 over 10 to the minus 6, okay, 15.5 over 10 to the minus 6, you might get your answer like that. It's in scientific notation. I got my calculator already in scientific notation. Let's put that in. Okay, so maybe your calculator will show it to you like that. Okay. So we can. So also write this as 1550000 micrograms. So I'm not sure, what your calculator is going to show you, but maybe yours shows you something like this. And to convert it to scientific notation, this is almost scientific notation, except this is not a number between 1 and 10. You'd have to move that decimal point one more space to between the 1 and the 5. Okay, so this is not quite scientific notation, and this definitely isn't. So let's use this one to convert scientific notation. The decimal point is implied right there. We'll move it 1, 2, 3. So let's just zoom in a little bit. So it's implied right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. Okay, to the left. And so that's going to be 1.55 times 10 to the 7th micrograms. And there you go. Whoops, there you go.